How you doing, sweethearts? It's intense out there for many of you, and it's okay. You're not alone. I was asked if I would go live, and I'm humbled that I have the gift to help soothe some of you through this intensity. You got this, sweet ones. You got this. In every breath, you got this. It's going to be intense for the next 36 hours, 24 hours. And it's going to be intense in a myriad of ways. It's going to be intense as the defense mechanism is really in strong force right now. How you doing, Danielle, Dana? Big hugs and blessings, sweet ones. And there's an intensity of an underlying blissful, calm peacefulness, if you will. So you're getting intensity from all sides of the spectrum, if you will. And how you doing, Jenna? Big hugs and blessings, sweethearts. So know that right now, truly, it's what's being triggered is that last of that skin of defensiveness being triggered right now. And everybody is being bathed with the rose gold ray right now, and being with the Sirius Stargate fully opening and activating the hearts right now into transparency. That which is not transparent will become transparent. What are you going through, Cal? Cal's like, oh my God, this is a bit much. What are you going through, sweethearts? Let's talk about it. Let's transmute it together. Let's transform the energy. Because it's never what the physical presents, sweethearts. You know, even though your relationships seem to be falling apart or this or that, truly it is just showing you, and you can see this through 12 different sets of lenses. Each one of your chakras is an energy center that's going to give you a different lens of perception, if you will. And when you really allow yourself to see and rather an emotional experience or an emotional trigger, to really allow yourself to see energy, because right now you're fully activating and being activated to see energy versus experience, if you will. Kale, heart pain in which way? Many of you, you've been messaging me, you've been commenting about intense headaches. That's full balancing, harmonizing of the left and right brain, the masculine, feminine, the pituitary and third eye, spirit and form, literally above and below, past and future right now at the meeting point, which is the physical plane, which is God. The meeting point, your heart, is God. And Danielle, yep, deep breaths from the belly, lemon water helps. Walking barefoot, hugging a tree, grounding is necessary right now, guys. And salt baths are incredibly helpful. Heart pain, I met someone and it seemed so magical and lovely, but fear and hurt is coming. Yes, all of your sweet ones, any relationship is, every relationship, every experience is a relationship in and of itself. And then, of course, you have the relationships in and of the individual people in the experiences. Kel, everything right now, again, defense mechanisms are being triggered because defense mechanism stops you from trusting thyself. Sharon, many are falling away. Many more are going to fall away, sweet ones. Liken it like this. On your spiritual journey, sweet ones, before you started your spiritual journeys, however you want to look at it, you pray to God, you pray to angels, you pray, you communicate to your team, to Sky Command, to your gods, to ascended masters, if you will. That's part of the journey. Until you come into the awareness that you are those ascended masters, you are those angels. Well, liken it to this. Everyone is ascending off of the old starship. Now, some will ascend back home to their star planet. Some will continue to ascend and stay on the New Jerusalem ship. Some will ascend to other lower frequency dimensional timelines to continue their soul's evolution. With that, you're going to have many fall away, and those that have chosen to continue to not awaken in this ascension cycle, you will find that some of you have been going through experiences where you seem to be invisible to other people. You're coming into a space where you're able to observe those in the lower frequencies, but they can't observe you, if you will. And that's where a lot of this falling away is. You are going to become those guides, ethically, if you will, because you're in a light body, to those that have chosen not to go through the awakening aspect of this ascension cycle, and that's okay. And so that's where a lot of these energies are coming up. For all those that are in your presence, whether that is your family, your lovers, your friends, your seemingly enemies, whatever label you want to give it, sweet ones, all those relationships that are not for their highest good, not for your highest good, but overall not for the highest good of all, will fall away. That's what's being presented. It's showing you energies of things that you have chosen on a soul level, on a spirit level, that are no longer appropriate for you going forward. And so they're going to fall away. And they can fall away gracefully or, traumatically. It's all really truly a matter of how you react right now. And right now, those defense mechanisms are right there. They're, somebody's telling you you're wrong, and that's triggering, and then we react, well, all's on their own level of consciousness, and we are all on our own level of consciousness. But right now, it's just a matter of sending love, literally, and just being in that calm, peaceful space and grounding when it presents itself to you. If you catch yourself and observe and know, I love you, but this no longer serves all of us. It's not even a matter of serving you what's serving your highest good, because your highest good, after coming out of this wormhole of the galactic center, if you will, tomorrow, your highest good, your soul has chosen for your highest good to be the highest good of the divine will. And so anything that is not in that frequency of the divine will is going to fall away. It's going to present itself, giving you the choice, not in my world anymore. Your reality, literally, is what you focus on to be true. And the only truth there is peace. And the only way to peace is through your heart. And your hearts are being fully opened right now. So anything, secrets or trust issues or, whatever it may be that's arising, grief, sorrow, anger, seemingly hatred, because you're moving into a frequency where there is no evil. You speak no evil, you see no evil, you hear no evil. And in those higher frequencies, that stuff will not stay in your presence, sweethearts. And really, right now, you're already whole. You don't have to keep healing, sweet ones. You have to start knowing. And that's what you're being asked through these energies, with your hearts being open, to know that you are whole, to know that you are complete. Excuse me, to know that you are healthy, to know that you are holy, to know that you have been given eternal life to walk in as the living Word of God. So right now, you're only as broken as you choose to be. Right now, you are only an emotional wreck if you choose to be. Right now, you are only sick if you choose to be sick. Because that which you attach a thought to becomes reality. And if you don't attach thought to anything, then you will flow in the eternal moment of limitlessness. And when you allow yourself to flow, everything is what it is. You don't have to label it or define it as right or wrong, black or white, good or bad. It just is. And when you can stay in that space of acceptance, you're able to choose to limit yourself by attaching thought and making that energy a reality. Or you can choose to flow in peace and keep yourself in a limitless space of pure potentiality and choose that which you do want in your reality. By doing that and observing that and mastering your emotions on what you react to. Divine love is peace. That's all it is peace. It has no opinion. It has no judgment, because all opinions are judgments. And it has no reaction. It's just is. The pure essence of bliss. Even if it's showing you that it's not blissful, you can turn it to bliss, because all is energy. And that energy, in the pure absolute potentiality that it is still blissful love. And that is what everything that you're going through, the emotions, anything that is being presented, especially in the past 48 hours, and what is going to be presented as we come out of the galactic center, if you will. You're going to feel it energetically, and it's going to manifest on beginning on the physical plane of existence on the 1st of January. So really allow yourselves, whatever is arising, just love it. Bless it, be grateful for the experience, but I don't need it anymore. If your relationships are falling apart, if your boyfriend or girlfriend's walking out on you, if you lost your job, lost your home, right now, in every given moment, you are protected, you are safe, you are provided for. And it is only the thought of fear why that which no longer serves the highest good of all crumbles. That's where you're in your mastery can choose right in that split second. This no longer serves me. And no matter how scary it may seem to the human side of myself, I am protected and I am provided for and I am safe. And when you can stay in that space, sweet ones, this is going to be a lot more gentle and a lot more graceful and a lot more easeful, because these energies are intense. But just as intense as they are for the emotional aspect that you are releasing and returning to feeling, so too do you have the choice in every breath to turn that into blissfulness. That's how powerful your knowing when you trust thyself and you honor thyself. That knowing will become prevalent. And the more you stay in that space and choose that space magnifies its anchoring abilities on the physical plane. Let's see if I can keep your signal this time. It's doing better now that the storming has stopped and the sun came out today. We got hopefully more than one day of sun like they're predicting. You can't trust. The weather's so unpredictable right now with the karmic energies. Kel says, what if someone giving you so much it seems unbelievable? Right now, sweet ones, these energies are presenting you with a number of opportunities. And Kel, that's a really good question, because right now that's being presented for many of you, and again, this ties directly into unworthiness and trust, which is really the underlying core template right now that everybody is dealing with. And what it is you're being presented or will be being presented with many opportunities that are going to seem too good to be true. And this is where you really need to trust thyself. If it Twitter pates your heart, even if it seems like it's too good to be true, if it literally Twitter pates your heart, that is spirit showing you the next step to take. It don't matter if to the human mind it doesn't make sense, it's not logical, it's not this, that, or the other. If it Twitter pates your heart, that is spirit asking you to surrender, no matter how risky it may be, no matter how fearful it may be, whatever it may be. If it Twitter pates your heart, you're being asked to follow it. That is how you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that is the next step to take. What's Jenna say? I must rest, love, and blessings to all of you from the UK. Oneness, you are beautiful. We all are. We need night, night, beautiful people. Sweetest of dreams, Jenna. Embrace your dream time. You're anchoring it into to the physical plane as manifestation. Elisa, it is beautiful to see everyone waking up. And you know, sweet ones, even to those that can be defined as unawakened, asleep, sheeples, spiritually immature, of the dark, whatever label you need that is being given, that's being put out there, any definition, any personality identification that you relate to, you're going to be challenged on it, if you will. And well, I shouldn't say challenge. It's clear, cancel, and delete that. You're going to be presented with an opportunity. So if you still think just because someone wears their pants down to their knees that that's disrespectful and they're a thug and they're this or that, you're going to be showing that unconscious judgment that you maybe not have become aware of, because it's those little things that you don't catch as being a judgment or a belief until you really, because spirit works in the subtlest of ways. Not many people around me waking up, they just don't want to hear it, so I just let it be, and that's okay, because that they don't want to hear it. And because there is no wrong choice. And I can guarantee you, everything of those that seemingly aren't choosing to be awake or this or that or whatever it may, trust me, they're coming awake. They're coming awake. And just in their own way. And that's why it's okay. You know, we don't have to force our light. And we're coming into a space, sweet ones, where you're literally not going to have to do anything. You're turning literally into your light bodies. And just your presence you walk out into the world, just your presence is, and I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but it's a frequency. But you're going to find that just your light, just your presence of your light body is going to miraculously heal people. You don't need to put your hands on them. You don't need to do this no more. And that's the beauty of the abilities and gifts for those who have chosen to embody the Christ consciousness, those frequencies, for those who have chosen to evolve even higher and embody their solar Christ consciousness. And with that comes a whole lot of divine responsibility. And you're going to find through these energies, through this gateway tomorrow, and through the energies that Sirius is bathing us with, you're going to find, sweethearts, that you're going to eventually come into a space that veil's been removed. So your thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to find it's going to manifest instantly. That you're not going to have to sit there, you want a T-bone steak dinner, baked potatoes, this, that, and the other. You're not going to have to spend hours in the kitchen slaving at it. You're going to find just the thought of that, you wanting it, it will manifest for you. But it ain't going to be bad for you to eat a T-bone steak because it's going to be created through all light. And really, that's where you're moving into in your light bodies, is pure light. Look at your skin. You know, your skin is paper thin, sweet ones. You can barely touch it and get a scratch or a bruise. And if you look and hold it up through the light, you can see right through it. Because you're becoming pure light. You're becoming transparent. And the only darkness that exists is the darkness you hold within your heart. Distrust. Unworthiness. It's all condensed light or lack of information. Every wall, every secret, everything that you've had to hide and lock in a chamber in your heart, every chain and bind you've put around your heart because you haven't been able to, you've been taught to believe your experiences on the outside has convinced you that your heart can be broken, that your heart can be ripped out and ripped to shreds, and it cannot. And that's what you're being returned back to and what you're being shown. I saw through my hands while outside the other day. Yes, we're becoming transparent. We're becoming light bodies. We're becoming a pure pillar or a beam of light versus that prism. Just thought it was amazing to see the wave. It is amazing, isn't it, Lise? How you doing, Cheryl, Jacqueline? Yeah, everybody else I missed. Okay, Kel, let me see what you're saying here. I'm having a hard time believing this man wants to give me $3.5 million, and it is Ricky because he wants me to bring it to us from Italy, and I don't know the details. It does feel really good, but when I think about it, it just seems way out of this world for someone to do. It hasn't even been 2 months that I know him. And Kel, again, this is where you have to go within and listen to your spirit, because your thoughts can create you to miss a great opportunity. Now, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but only your heart can tell you if the experience and what this man is offering you, or woman, whomever, again, get out of the thoughts. Don't let the thoughts dictate the heart. Because the second you attach a thought of disbelief to it or doubt, you've already changed the energy behind that creation. And you will create doubt in it. Those energies are instant manifestation right now. And that's why it is necessary to get out of thought right now and to truly trust, sweethearts, your heart. And if you're not sure, if it's your spirit, or if it's this or that, because you're not in that space of full trusting of thyself, and that's okay. You will be. But if you're in that space and you're not sure, go out and hug a tree. Go stand under the stars and look up and say, okay, this is what I need assistance with. And before you go to bed at night, you ask yourself, you tell yourself, please give me clarity, and you will receive. Ask and you shall receive. In every given second, the second you ask is the second you've already received it. Now, whether that takes you a second to recognize the message or the validation or whatever it is you need from your spirit, or whether that takes you 10 minutes, whether that takes you an hour, a week, a month, a year, or 10 years, is solely dependent upon you. But the second you have asked, you have received. And right now, you're really being asked to see and step into the unknown, because there is no wrong choice. And if you go within and ask your heart, is this my next step? Your heart will twitterpate or it will not. And if it twitterpates, that spirit's saying leap. And know that I've got you. Your heart will never lead you wrong, sweet ones. Never allow your mind to overwrite your heart, for it's your heart that gave your mind life. And it's okay if people challenge you. It's okay if they trigger you. Because in that split second, that's where your mastery of creation and alchemical creative abilities and divine responsibility and integrity comes in. Because in that split moment, you can choose fear and react and get defensive, or you can choose love and say, not in my world. And truly, that is all that matters. It all begins and ends with you. It all begins with peace and ends in peace. So if the energies are intense, know, with your intention, with your breath, you can go within. You can apply the gold, the rose golden ray, and you can transfer that intensity and that emotional intensity to bliss in a blink of an eye. It's all a choice. And right now, in every given opportunity that's being presented, if you apply that choice to change that energy to bliss, you're going to blow your mind away, because you're that powerful, and the veil ain't there no more to be a filter. So manifestation is instant. And whenever there is an emotion behind a thought, those thoughts with emotions behind them are going to manifest quicker than those thoughts that aren't attached emotions to. So if you have an intention, a thoughtful intention, and you're presented with something, and you automatically attach emotion to it. Say your boyfriend got mad and walked out, or your girlfriend got mad and walked out, or you got in a fight over the peas, frozen peas instead of canned peas, whatever it may be. In that second, all you have to do is say, change this energy, send a beam of light through me, and raise the frequency of this experience now. And you're going to find you don't have to wait for it to become an echo. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back. You don't have to wait for that karmic return. You don't have to wait for that echo, because it's here right now instantly, because the filters are gone. The veils are removed. And that is really where these energies, especially with this sun gate opening, and you're being bathed with the Christ conscious energies from Sirius right now, this is where really you can magnify and amplify your abilities and your gifts and your masteries right now. Because in every breath you have a choice. You can react to the emotions that are being triggered, or the defensive mechanisms that are being triggered, or you can sit there and you can be the masters of beings of light that you are, and you can say, change this energy. And it is going to become, after this solstice tomorrow, you're really going to notice, sweet ones, that it's going to come into a space where it's going to get much easier for you to see energy rather than the emotional experience. Give yourself permission. I fully embody the light of my soul now. I am connected to the electromagnetic and the geomagnetic fields and grids of this planet. I am connected to my divine source. Because you are. And that's what you're doing. You're fully embodying the light of your soul. And your mastery in every given moment is a choice. And you can transform any energy just like a twinkle of your nose, snap of your fingers, a blink of your eye, in a kiss. And it's changed. The click of the heels, 1, 2, 3, like in The Wizard of Oz. That's the frequencies we've moved into. So with whatever's arising, sweet ones, you can turn that intensity of emotions that doesn't feel so good to bliss by choice, intent, and command. I choose to raise this frequency. Change it now. And you will find when you apply light and love, you will change it. So you got this, sweet ones. Truly, you got this. Okay, let me catch up. Trust your instinct. That's what Misty says. Absolutely. I'm sure glad you're here tonight. I love you guys. I was asked to do a video. I told him I don't think this is real. He said he wished I could see how much he loves me, and I do. But this money makes it uncomfortable for me. Because, Kale, what is showing you, number one, again, your own trust issues, sweetheart. And the second you apply doubt to that, had it been a miraculous gift from the Creator, which is being presented for many, you took that potentiality into a different frequency because you applied doubt to it. You allowed thought to overwrite your heart. Right or wrong, your heart may still or may have told you that it's not legitimate. But the second you apply doubt and allow doubt to overwrite your heart's guidance, you shut your heart off. And that's what's being presented right now, sweet ones, is where you're not checking in with your heart first, and that's where you're missing a lot of messages, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of guidance, a lot of miracles. And that's not wrong, Kel. That is actually a very good opportunity, because now that you're aware of it, you can change that energy right here, right now. I release all energies, all attachments, all cords to any energetic signature behavioral template that is associated with unworthiness and distrust. Command your vessel. Your vessel is not who you are. You are a consciousness, sweethearts. You're a multi-dimensional divine being of light. You are not the vessel that... You are not this vessel. This vessel is your tool, is your guardian, is whatever you need to label it. This vessel is a miracle. And your consciousness commands and directs and bends the light that you are through your vessel, through your breath, through your movement. And that's the beauty of what is being shown to you right now. If you react, and I'm not judging you, Cal, I'm just showing you another energy, sweetheart, another lens. If you react in doubt, you automatically have put fear to the forefront. And that fear is going to convince you in every way, shape, and form that it's right. That you did the right thing by doubting it. Because that's its job. It feels that it has to protect the vessel rather than the consciousness knowing the vessel is protected. Fear is what binds the heart, that keeps the heart from being lighter than a feather. And when you can become aware of it, okay, yeah, I did doubt that. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm not going to judge, but why did I doubt that? Because it's never what the physical presents. So it has really nothing to do with the fact that the gentleman offered you what seems to be too good to be true story, if you will, experience, right? And not only did it give you the opportunity and show you where you're still holding distrust issues, where you're still allowing your mind to overwrite the heart, but it shows you where you still have energetic blockages attached to money. And that's the thing that you don't catch on to, right? Those subtle things that the human don't necessarily catch on to or see or hear, if you will. Because first things first, you automatically go to the distrust issues. But really, there's two different energetic templates there. One is your attitude, your beliefs, your feelings towards the money aspect of it, and that you're not worthy of that much money or that much abundance. Because really, money is just an energy. And it is directly programmed into the human aspect, into the mind, that money is directly tied into abundance and prosperity. And that's showing you another energetic template that you can neutralize and harmonize in 0 point right now. Right in this second, because it's in your awareness right now in this second, sweetheart. That's how powerful you are. I pray for peace and quiet. You were put right into my face. There's always a purpose, sweethearts. Linda, this sounds so weird, but your eyes are doing what my eyes are doing. My eyes are changing shape. Your whole forms are changing shape, sweet ones. If you think you only have healing powers come out of your hands, I'm here to tell you that your light body, even that's why your eyes are getting lighter. But your light body, that's why people cannot stare you in the eyes for very long. Because your eyes send out beams of light, of healing light. And that is the space you're coming into. People that cannot look you straight in the eyes for longer than 10, 15 seconds, it's because you're transparent and they can't handle that light. But that's okay because it's healing light. Light comes out of your hands, light comes out of your eyes, and for some of you, you're literally able to see on videos or video calls or whatever, light literally coming out of the eyes. The light coming literally, you're going to be able to see light radiating out of the body, not just the aura, but beams of light. When Darren was here back in April, my friend Darren Graffin, we were out walking because there's a portal just down the road from here, and we had gone walking, and he walked further up the county road, and he was just, I was probably the equivalent of maybe like a block and a half from him, and he shouted at me, telling me to just stop. And I'm in a dark underbrush part on the road. No light was coming in. It was just pure darkness. And he's like, I wish I had a camera. He's like, you are pure light. And see, that's where you're coming into, where the human eyes, because they've been upgraded, you're literally going to be able to see that which is unseen. You're literally going to start seeing, many times I have stated on my videos, I see energy in tones, in sounds, in frequencies, in symbols and stuff before I see form. I see light particles. My tables or chairs or bed is billions of light particles before I actually see the form of the piece of furniture. And that's where you're going to start seeing stuff like that. You're going to start seeing things that the mind is going to convince you that you're crazy. You're going to have people, you think you were told you were crazy before, now you're really going to be told that. But you're not going to react like that anymore, because the collective energies, whereas before you couldn't go out into public, the energies were too much, you couldn't handle the negative energy or the so-called feeling of negative energy of everybody around you, or you couldn't go out in public because people would say you're crazy, or you're this, or you're that, or you were denied, you were rejected, you were abandoned by humanity. That's not going to happen no more. We're out of those frequencies. And you're going to find every time you go, it don't matter. You walk into a public bathroom or a coffee shop or the grocery store. Many of you have already gone through those experiences, but now it's going to magnify. You're going to find people are going to, I wouldn't go out, and when I lived in Spokane, I very rarely went out, because every time I would take a walk, it didn't matter if people were a block away at the bus stop. They would start staring at me every time I would walk outside. And I didn't understand why until my roommate told me one day, she goes, do you realize what you look like? I said, no, what do I look like? This bright light, you don't even look like a being walking down the street. You're just this light. She goes, now I understand why people stare at you and stare at us when we go out. And that is what's going to occur. And it's not that they're staring at you because you're ugly or you're this or you're that. They're going to be mesmerized by you. How many of you have had the experience where somebody has said, your eyes are mesmerizing, or your eyes are enchanting? The eyes are the windows to the universe. The eyes are the windows to eternity. And your bodies are becoming lighter than a feather. And the more you're already healed, but the more you transform the condensed lack of information or darkness in your heart or your walls or whatever it may be, whatever label you want to give it, your heart becomes transparent, because your heart can be weighed against a feather, because you have shed those skins. I love you guys. The triggers are the guides, and you're going to find you're not going to be triggered anymore. Well, you have to understand, sweet ones, I talk from an energetic, etheric aspect of it. So everything I talk about, I'm talking of the energy. So when I say this is what's going to happen, everything starts in energy first. Well, on the physical plane, it may manifest for you in an hour. It may be manifest for you tomorrow or a week. But planetarily wise, that's where I speak of what we're going through and how it's affecting the human aspect, if you will. And so really take that into understanding when I say things. Misty, I don't know how I stumbled across you, but you are amazing. Misty, we are amazing, beautiful. I'm just a reflection of your heart and your love. So we don't have to do it the hard way anymore. You've never had to do it the hard way, sweethearts. We just like to do it the hard way. We like the bravado of doing it the hard way, even though it doesn't seem like we like that it's bravado, if you will. We're the best of the best. We've done this. Sweet ones, you're from the future. You've come back to witness your spiritual childhood and clean up your miscreations and that bravado of what you have been convinced was a wrong choice. It was really, truly the perfect choice. I love you guys. Kale, I did because I could feel the hurt. And that hurt, the second you, Kale, the second you, any of us, the second you feel the hurt, if you don't let that thought, as soon as that thought pops in of doubt, nope, I'm not going to entertain you. If you catch it and you don't attach emotion to it, and you catch it, you can clear, cancel, and delete that thought just like that. You hear me say it all the time. And you're going to find, sweet ones, the more you charge your light bodies after this solstice, really charge them up and amplify and magnify them, you're going to find that you're going to become very masterful at your thoughts. And you're literally, it's going to become a habit to you. You're going to have this thought, this thought, this thought, this thought, and this thought come at you. Nah, I don't want to entertain one. Oh, I kind of like that one. And you're going to find taking a risk is going to become your play. You're not going to be fearful of taking a risk anymore. You're not going to be fearful of, oh God, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. Those may be secondary thoughts, but they're not going to be your primary thoughts. And again, everything is a frequency, and that's the magic of what is occurring right now. Because truly, you have the ability activated within you right now, sweetie ones, where you can literally choose what you want, what timeline you want, and they're all presented for you. Somebody asked me, I feel you, I recognize you, who are you? Well, what aspect do you want me to be? I'm one of the most ancient elders, but yet I'm one of your child in a higher dimensional frequency from 175 years in the future, but yet I'm still the ancient elder. And that's how you can tell all the timelines are right now. Because somebody can, like a gal said to me, I recognize your energy. She goes, you carry the energy of my mother. I see my mother in you. I hear my mother in you. And then, but yet, it feels like you're my child. We're all interconnected, sweet ones. We've been with each other hand in hand, side by side, many, many, many lifetimes. We've just changed the avatar of our physical spacesuit for each other. Sometimes we played each other's children or parents or lovers or enemies or whatever you want to call it. But we're the best of the best. You know, ask yourself to remember to take you back to that classroom, if you will. Ask yourself to remember to take you back to before you incarnated on this mission. And you will remember that which you don't remember. You will remember them telling you, us telling you that this would happen, that you would forget everything you've known. Take yourself back to that space. And remember, you are the best of the best. Not everybody gets to come to the planet Earth in form. And that is what's being revealed to everybody. And sure, to those who have chosen to awaken on the planet, with the planet, and go through this planetary ascension cycle in an awakened state, if you will, versus those who have chosen not to in this cycle, you're going to find You're going to become the unseen ascended masters that are going to guide those aspects of our soul that are still growing. And you're going to find that you're going to be the ones that they're going to feel and know that somebody's with them, but they can't see you. And that's okay. That's the beauty of us. But not everybody can sign up for this. Not every soul gets to come, but we are the best of the best. We're the renegades. But we're the renegades of peace. We're the system busters, if you will. And every star galaxy out there supports us because we are those system busters. We're transformers. So know you got this. Alright, where am I at? I really feel energy flowing back in my head like something was just opened. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Beth. That's beautiful. I love you guys. I hope I've helped you guys feel a little bit better. Casey, yes, you are. We all are worthy of love and abundance. Absolutely. Bridget says, I have cleared out many of my blockages in regards to my incoming abundance, and I am seeing some major manifestations. That's beautiful, Chuck. That's really beautiful. And so, sweet ones, you got this. Casey says, I had a friend many years ago tell me he wanted to put my eyes in a jar and look at them anytime. Casey, I've had that too. I've had many people say that. And I said, for Jesus' birthday, love and life. Right on, Peter. Right on. Is there any other way, the hard way? Yeah, we just choose the hard way, Chucks. But you know what? Now you're going to find, sweet ones, we've come into our mastery. We don't need to do it the hard way anymore. And that's why I say you're really going to amplify through this solstice energy coming out of this galactic center and the void of quarantine and the photon belt that we've been in. Sweet ones, you're really going to see where tolerance is going to change to patience, and drama is going to become non-existent because no longer do you have tolerance. You have patience, and so you're going to find that where the journey, it's been so easy to be triggered and this and that and the other, you're really going to find that pride is going to change. What you have thought pride was is going to change. You're going to find that tolerance is going to change. The definitions to words that you've always had and always used are going to change. Because the higher frequency you go, you find yourself coming out of this space of not naturally not using those words or eating that food or this or that. You're going to find that your body, if you listen, will tell you if you eat something and then you got the diarrhea and an upset stomach within an hour or 5-6 hours later. Before you freak out, ask your vessel, okay, are you showing me if that, and pay attention if it happens with the same food or dairy product or meat or whatever it may be, and if you find yourself with an upset stomach or diarrhea or something like that a few hours later or the next day, ask your vessel, is this your way of showing me that I need to try to eat something different? Or, you get leg cramps. That's automatically a sign of lack of water. But you can run a scan on your vessel, sweet ones, every morning, whenever you want. you can tell your vessel, like I'll go, I call my vessels, my programming of my spacesuit Zoe. Okay, Zoe, I need you to run a scan on me. Show me, and it'll come back. Zoe will come back and Zoe will tell me, you're dehydrated, or you're low on magnesium, or you need some iodine, or, and she'll give me codes and numbers and stuff and tell me, and I can tell. And the more you discover what gifts you've activated, what abilities you've activated, or if you hear of an ability like I just showed you, you can ask yourself to run a scan on your vessel before you come into a disease or anything else. If you get into that habit of communicating with your vessel will tell you anything you need to know. Your vessel is a miracle. And it's a miracle that you command in every given moment. And that's the miracle of us. All right, let me catch up here. Those who see you as glowing light, are they awakened or spiritual? Can anyone see this? Well, I can tell you my roommate was not spiritual, on the spiritual journey, or awakened at all. Darren is, very much so. So I have to say both and neither, and all. I hope that answered your question. Marlene, you're going to come into this space where even if those of a lower frequency who've chosen not to awaken in this ascension cycle, you're going to find they're going to know there's something special or something magical or something different, whatever label they need to give it. They're going to know, but they're going to feel and be attracted to the vessel just because of the energy that they feel, whether or not they recognize it as light or not. Just as all of you on your journeys could not recognize energy at first, so too are those that have chosen not to awaken this cycle. You could still feel the energy whether you recognized what it was or not. And so too will they. And just like you have higher in frequency, that you have evolved yourself to more and more symbols, codes, light, tones, sounds that are presented to you. So, and everyone will continue evolving. There's always a higher level of frequency you can go to. There's always a higher bandwidth. There's always a higher octave you can rise to. I hope that helped. Freedom Ride, yep. Casey, you are such a beautiful show. Thank you. We are, truly. So really, guys, what's Peter said? Peter, I see the streets empty within the request. I see us all together, gathering. In my meditation earlier, and it's been that way there's a lot that I don't share. Just like that, I did share the post last week of the experience I had, where literally the ship descended on me and I was being lifted up into the New Jerusalem. But there's a lot that I do not share. And right now, earlier I went through in my meditation, I literally watched everyone walk into their crystal-lined diamond light bodies. And when I say everyone, any living being that's on this starship right now. And, it's those experiences that when you do share them, so many other people will come out and say, hey, I experienced that too. And that's the beauty of it, because there's so much and so many that are going through these experiences, and they're so bizarre, seemingly bizarre, or seemingly unreal, or seemingly I can't say that out loud, because if I say that, my family or my friends are going to sit there and think I'm crazy. Those thoughts are leaving. Your throat chakras have been activated, are being activated to where you're really going to, especially now that Saturn has moved into Capricorn, you're really going to find, for the next 2.5 years, you're really going to find that that is going to fall away from you too. And you're really not going to give a flying monkey if people think you're crazy or not. You're coming into this space that no opinion matters, not even your own. And you're going to find that you'll come into an even greater space where you'll laugh at yourself. Especially when the full remembrance of all that you are comes back, or if you ask yourself and allow yourself to be taken back to that space, to bend time back to the classroom where we were being briefed, if you will, on our missions and what we would be experiencing and going through when we came here. And if you take yourself back and actually remember that consciousness in your consciousness waking state, or your meditations, you're gonna find that you're gonna be laughing at yourself. We're the best of the best, guys, and you're coming back into that space of knowing that within. You know it within, but now you're anchoring it into the vessel, into this spacesuit to know it too. Your spacesuit is coming online with your light body, if you will. I'm trying to think of different ways to cover all the bases and levels of frequency and understanding. I hope I've accomplished that. But again, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do or anything like that. It's your choice. But I can share the wisdom I hold in what's going on. And I'm a wisdom keeper, and and it's a beautiful thing that I'm able to help decode and decipher for each of you to see the energy rather than the experience. And for me, that it's all right here. I'm grateful that I can do that. Jacqueline, I feel so much better, Mama. I love you guys. I really hope I've helped calm some of those nerves. I've received quite a few messages, and I've been painting, so I figured I would, when I was asked to do a video, I think there were 6 or 7 that messaged me. So I hope I've helped and calmed you down, sweethearts. I love you. No, you're not alone. We got this. You got this. And for the next 24 hours, really allow yourselves to connect to those serious energies and ride through this, sweet ones, in bliss. And if you're not feeling blissful, tell those energies, send a beam of light in. Let's raise these frequencies. Let's change this paradigm. Let's change this timeline, because we don't need it anymore. You're that powerful. And your words are a promise you make to yourself in every given moment. So when you sit there and say, I hate somebody, you're saying you hate yourself. When you sit there and say, send me a beam of light, team, angels, guides, masters, sky command, I need assistance, it's right there, sweet ones, and you just got to know. You have to trust thyself. So know, whatever comes up and arises, you have the power and the capability and when you set the intention to tell your vessel to come into alignment and harmony. We don't need that experience anymore. I neutralize and harmonize that energetic signature behavior template back to 0 point now. And know you got this. It's that easy, simple. And that simple. And the more you practice doing that, it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, you know how habits are. You do them without thinking about them. And when you can put your mastery into a habit where you don't have to apply thought to it, you're going to flow a heck of a lot easier and with a lot more gracefulness and gentleness and tenderness and compassion. So that's where we're at energetically, sweet ones. And Bridget, immediately after eating the old canned chicken, I was regretting my vessel, said I should have not have eaten that. There you go. And that is how your vessel can communicate. Angela, I can see her. I can, for the most part, I'm in a space right now, sweet ones, and have been for about not quite 72 hours, where, before I was telling you that my furniture is all literally light particles until I put it together. Well, right now, for about not quite 72 hours now, I've been in a space where I'm in a very, very blissful space. But everything has an aura, and we can always see the aura on everything. But right now, no longer does anything have form to me. All it does is have an outline. If you look at the picture I posted with a post earlier of a transparent being, and all you can see was the outline of her essence, if you will, of her figure, that's how I'm seeing everything right now. I'm literally seeing through everything past the little light particles, and literally even my dogs, even my vessel, I look in the mirror and I see nothing. I literally see nothingness except a white outline, if you will. And that's your light bodies. That's our natural state of being, and that's what we've crystallined. So literally, your vessels, you're shedding the skin. You're shedding the flesh and crystallining that which is transparent. For some of you, it feels like your muscles are dissolving, like your bones are dissolving, that your vessels are becoming more fluid, because you in your natural state of being bend light. Every time you move your vessel or you dance or you're bending light. Your masters. So, every time you move or breathe or this or that, and you're coming into that space of mastery and the physical aspect of it. And so, again, if you look at your skin has become paper thin. You can literally see your veins, see this, see that, because, again, you're shedding the skin or the flesh of carbon-based density, and everything that is not transparent must become transparent. And that's where you're at right now, and that's where you're moving into, where the human aspect is morphing into that understanding, into that calibration. No longer is your physical vessel going to be separated from your consciousness in that aspect. They're going to work hand in hand and in tandem together, versus you having to overwrite your thoughts, overwrite your mind. Your heart is going to lead you in every way, and you're not going to have to go into that space of, again, of that filter, if you will. I hope I made that sound like that. I love you, Linda. I feel like a child and a woman in your presence. I love you too, sweetheart. This Christmas should be fun, and this Christmas is going to test you. It's going to be. Again, it's all on your choice. Energies are going to be intense. You want to know how awakened and enlightened and how much of 0 point, that the middle path that you're actually walking in? Spend time around your family. Spend time around those family members that have never approved of you, and see if they trigger you. If you can get through the holidays without being triggered and stay in that peaceful heart, you've mastered yourself. You've mastered that mind programming and that ego. Because those are the very intimate relationships that will test you to the core. And they will trigger you to the core. You want to know how whole and complete you are, or if you still hold energetic blockages. Don't spend time with those family members that love you to death and worship the ground you walk on. Spend time with those family members that have always called you crazy, that called you worthless, that have always treated you like the black sheep and that you were beneath them. And if you can get through the holidays without being triggered, you've got yourself mastered, sweet ones. And you do have yourself mastered. You just have to overwrite your thoughts. Peter, the Akashic Records. Yeah, and you guys can go in, you know. You can go into your meditations or your spaces of stillness, whatever you do for yourself, and you can ask, please connect me to the Akashic Records, and please connect me to the Akashic Forces, and communicate with the Akashic Forces. But the second you apply doubt to what you're being shown, what you're being given, what you are seemingly hearing and seeing, the second you apply doubt, Akashic Records, Akashic Forces will shut down. You have to have full trust in thyself and full knowing that what you are receiving is accurate and true for the best of your and your higher soul's growth. But the second you apply doubt or fear, the forces will shut themselves off. Let's see here. Dion, my wisdom is spot on. I love you guys. I was thinking of you doing a video soon. I appreciate you guys. I'm getting away from doing them, really. You guys are your own gurus. You really, truly are, even if you doubt yourselves at times. You hold all the wisdom and all the answers and all the knowledge from every experience you've ever had in any incarnation. And right now, sweet ones, you have the choice. Every time these timelines, these triggers are being presented for you, because they're all timelines and paradigms, you literally, again, you can tell yourself, no, I choose a timeline. I choose an experiential memory in this timeline that was of a higher frequency. Again, you choose in every single moment. And the higher in awareness you allow yourself to become, and the higher you evolve yourself to, the more you will come into that knowing, and you're not even going to think about it. It's going to become habit for you. And that's beautiful. 1970s rock in the background. Is that what it is? It's some movie that was on. It's some old movie about and it was somebody who had an affair with I don't really watch it. It's just background noise to me. Snoopy, get down, please. Something about he fell in love with this gal who was 2 years. I think it was called The Lake House or something, and this is just the end of the movie's music or something. The neighbor was watching it, and I just left it on after they left. I spend all my time in my room. I love you guys, too. So, as Bridget said, I'm in the practice of consciously changing my thoughts. That's it. Everybody is, and that's the beauty of us, because we can change those thoughts in a heartbeat, guys. You know what? That thought starts, oh, he doesn't love me, or oh, she might be mad at me. Oh, no, I'm not even entertaining that. Yeah, I'll do something else. Phoenix, I'll be facing the firing squad this holiday, meeting my beloved's family that disagree with our union. Phoenix, sweetheart, let's change those words. And even though those thoughts are present in you, we're going to change the energy behind those thoughts right now. So let's restate that, okay? I am going to be facing my beloved's family, and although they do not approve of our relationship, it is going to turn out to be the most blissful and most magnificent holiday that I have ever experienced. And no, they will accept us. Although they have in the past presented themselves as not approving of our relationship, I am changing the energy to where we will be accepted and welcomed with open arms. And you have to know, just because you say it, Yes, words are powerful. You're speaking to yourself. However, when you apply intent like that, when you sit there and truly feel into the words of your intent and know, not doubt it, not sit there and say, yeah, well, I'm saying this, but in the back of your head, you still think it's going to be a firing squad rather than a celebration. You just screwed up your whole intent to not create it, because that fear and doubt is going to override your intention, because that's the hidden emotional energy behind your intent. So your feeling, your energetic feeling, has to match your intentions, sweet ones. So even though, Phoenix, it is presenting itself to you right now in this energetic frequency, who you are right now and the energy frequency that is right now in their frame of frequency, emotional space, if you will, of not accepting you, not liking you, whatever it may be, you hold the power to change that. And tomorrow, you're not going to be, and neither are they, who they are and who you are right this second, right now. So you have to know, if you're putting that intention out there, you have to feel into that intention and know that will be the outcome with no shadow of a doubt whatsoever. Because the second you put that intention out there, knowing you are provided for, knowing you asked and you shall receive it, and let it go and let the universe handle it. The how, when, where, what. It don't matter. You will walk in what may seem at first to be a firing squad. You change that energy again immediately. Team, let's change this energy. We're going to have a celebration. We are not going to have a firing squad. And you will find you will change that energy. Stay in the peacefulness of your heart with the knowing, ask and you shall receive. But you have to let the outcome go. How it's going to happen or whatever, that's what you have to let go. But you have to have the knowing that you spoke it, therefore it is. That is the magic behind the intent. Because if you, just because you speak it and you say, I intend to have a blissful experience, but you still hold within you even a shadow of a doubt that, yeah, I can say that and I can hope for the best, but I'm going to prepare for the worst. Well, preparing for the worst just overwrote any intention you had of hoping for the best. So you just have to know and surrender it. This is how it's going to be, and if it starts to present itself as a firing squad, immediately call upon yourself. Send a beam of light down. Change this frequency right now. And then master your emotions, master your thoughts, and keep sending love bombs. Throw love bombs at them if you have to. But keep yourself in that frequency and change that energy, beautiful. So, Phoenix, you're going to have a beautiful celebration of acceptance with your beloved's family this Christmas and this holiday. And so it is. Miasmia Yononia Yacente. Miasmia Yononia Yacente. Miasmia Yononia Yacente. Okay, where am I at here? Oh my, I needed these words of wisdom. Yes, I see it and I feel it. Thank you with all my heart. You've set me back on the path. No, you set yourself back on the path, beautiful. I'm just holding your hand. You're never alone. You guys got this. I love you guys. Carolyn, I have so much fire energies. I love that. Love bombs. You know, that's what I did that from the very beginning of my journey. I did that a lot. Every time I'd get the feeling that I was being attacked by so-called aliens, you know, and little green men trying to attack me and shooting at me, I would visualize pink water balloons, if you will, filled with a magenta color, loving emerald green energy, and I would throw I'd throw love bombs at what I was seeing. I love you. I love you. I can't tell you how many times I've been scared shitless, if you will, in a space of that fear, and I would literally, nope. I'm throwing love bombs at this fear. That's how I used to deal with it in the beginning of my journey. We're really clever with ourselves, you guys. We truly are. And you're going to come to this space after this solstice and really going into the beginning of January where you're really going to start laughing at yourselves. And, you know, kind of like when you think back to when you did all that crazy shit as a teenager, you know. And really that's where we're returning back to, is our innocence. To really employ, if you will, that fun and that recklessness and that risk taking and that daring without those lower energy vibrations of fear attached to them. That's really the freedom and the freedom flight of your soul, if you will. When the longing of your soul merges with the trusting of the heart. You know, that's that sacred marriage. That's that physical manifestation. That is the meeting place, the meeting point of which is God. That is the physical manifestation. And that's where we're at. No longer do we have those filters. But the second you attach thought, just because a doctor tells you you have cancer, you don't have to own that. You know, just because somebody else outside of you tells you you have something or you do something or this, that, or the other, you know, you don't have to claim it. But the second you attach an emotional reaction to it, you've claimed it as yours. And as long as you don't know and hear what I said, I didn't say believe, I said know. As long as you know you are whole, you are healed, you are healthy, you are abundant, you are whatever you want to be, because you already are that. But the second you attach, well, I don't feel good, well, now you're not going to feel good. The second you say, I have cancer, you're commanding your vessel to develop that. And there you go. C Loves just says, just did a video on this. Do not accept labels. Hell, not just accept labels. Don't accept definitions either. Don't accept personality identifications. That's where you're in the process of letting go of. You're letting go of the personality, emotional attachments that you have to those personality identifications. Not only to the individual people in our lives. Sister, brother, mother, father, lover, ex-boyfriend, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex-baby mama, ex-baby daddy, whatever it may be. Those are all personality identifications, and until you can detach from those, and that baby's mama or that hoe or that thug or my sister or my daddy or whatever it may be, until you can let go of those identifications, you're never going to be able to allow yourself to see the full divinity and sovereignty in an unconditional loving way. Because those emotional attachments to the personality identifications that you know as a label or as a definition is what keeps you limited. It keeps you in that closed off box perspective. And the greatest gift you really can give yourself, truly, is to let go of the definitions, the personality identifications, and the labels, and become limitless and ageless and free. That's the beauty of all that you are. You know? Just be that pillar of light, that love. And it's okay if nobody else is seemingly being a pillar of love or being a pillar of light or being peaceful or not. You're a transformer. You're a systems buster. You're grid busters. You're frequency busters. You know? So bust up those energies and transform them. Because that's what we do. We're creators. So, enjoy your creations in whatever way they present themselves. And if you're not real fond of how they're presenting themselves, change it. You hold the power. Bridget, I smiled at people at the grocery store today, and they were all so lovely right back. This helps me find my warrior spirit. I am what I know I am, not what others think I am. What others think you are is what others think of themselves, you know. But we're moving out of that frequency too, where everything was a mirrored reflection. Well, everything will always be will always show you what you hold within. But we're leaving that frequency because everything is becoming transparent and everyone is becoming transparent. The higher in frequency you rise to, the less people are going to be in your physical presence, because not everybody is rising to those higher frequencies. And so you will find you're moving into where you're not even going to have to worry about everyone being a reflection, because in every given breath, the energy you put out is peace, calm, love, patience, tenderness, compassion, empathy versus sympathy, and nurturing, and that's when you consistently put that energy out. The only energy that can echo back to you is the same thing. And when the higher in frequency you rise to, that's how your behavior becomes. You become non-reactive. You become accepting. You become non-judgmental, because you understand that everybody, regardless if they're out murdering somebody or this, that, or the other, everybody is at their own level of soul's growth. And you come to understand that if you're seeing something that you label or define as darkness, bad, or whatever, you still don't interfere with that person's soul's choice, free will choice, but you change the energy behind it because you see it, if you will. So if you're observing, in a space of observing, you know, say a couple down your neighbor's fighting or something, and she's beating him up, or vice versa, whatever it may be, you know, the human mechanism automatically gets defensive and wants to go up there and break up the fight physically. Well, you don't need to go up there and do that, because you can stop that discordant energy by literally throw love bombs at them. But literally, you can go within yourself. Okay, self, this is what I'm observing. Send emerald light, violet light, whatever you want to send to it, and command that energetic template to be neutralized. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful you are. You don't have to interfere. You don't have to react. You don't have to walk into the fire, sweet ones. You can stand on the edge of the fire and change that fire. You can change that water. You can change that energy. You don't have to walk into it unless you want to dance in the fire. And we kind of like that too. But you don't have to, is what I'm saying. You can flow like water, or you can dance in the fire. And, you know, I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone when I say that right now, you're all done with dancing in the fires. You've danced through it enough. Right now, I think you guys just want a nice relaxation flowing in the water. But, you know, that's an individual choice. But you can change the energy, sweet ones. Truly. You don't have to react. You don't have to jump in. You can, if you observe it, you're a transformer. You're a systems buster. So if you're conduits. If you're observing it, go within and change that energy. Not in my world. And you will find you focus energy in 5 or 10 minutes, probably quicker now because we've changed harmonic frequencies. Good morning, Rhonda, or afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. I don't even know what time it is. So you can go in and you can change that energy. Straight up, you can change that energy. And you will find if you focus on the energy rather than what the physical experience is dictating, you will find that they will calm down, the fighting will stop, the abuse will stop, the screaming will stop, whatever it may be. Try it. Try it with your grandchildren or your children. You got toddlers or something that will, or, young kids that, they get mad at each other and don't want to share, and they start throwing tantrums with each other. Literally, you can go right in and say, okay, I'm changing the energy of this. And you're going to find when you focus on changing the energy and sending loving energy to their energy, you will find those children will calm down in a matter of minutes. And that's how you can see your gifts that you have. That's really how you can see how you're mastering energy and alchemizing with your energy and stuff like that. Because same with your pets. My pets, I tell you that these energies, oh my God, they have these two boys from one end of the trailer to the next, running for like back and forth, nonstop for like 45 minutes. Or out of the blue, they'll sit there and they'll run around in circles around the recliner. And it's like, okay, I see what's going on here. So what I do, I literally go within. It's like, okay, self, we need to calm these animals down here before they get a little too hyper. Any more hyper than they already are. And I just sit there and I just visualize golden, white, bluish, pink light going, literally beaming it at them. And, Snoopy went through neutering a few weeks ago, and that little cone thing they put around their head just wasn't cutting it. He still wanted to lick the area. And so I literally would just take my hand, not even touch him, over where his balls used to be, and I would just hold it like 2 inches, 3 inches above it, and literally watch light come out of my hand and watch it heal it. That's how powerful you are. And that's what's being amplified right now. So, no, you can change the energy behind anything that the physical presents. Because the physical is a direct representation of all the work you have or have not done within. Or, as the conduits we are, what we're observing, that is showing us, okay, this is what we're transforming for the planet. This is what Guy is showing me, because this is what we're, collectively, this is what needs to be cleared. Or transformed, or whatever it may be, or throwing love bombs too. So no. See everything as energy rather than emotional experiences, and you will step up and amplify your mastery even more, sweethearts. And that's the magic of this moment and what's being presented right now. It's literally just a choice of choosing, not in my reality no more. If it's not for the highest good of all, it's not in my reality no more. And make that choice. And watch it fall away after you make that choice and feel into that choice with all the knowing that you are. And on that note, I've about had this music that keeps repeating itself. I love you guys. Have a magical, magical night. And really ride this wave. Really open and allow yourselves to receive these energies from Sirius as we fully move into the Andromedan multi-sun galaxy through this solstice. Have a great night, sweet ones. I love you. Big, big, big hugs and blessings.